Hi everybody, John here at PT, Dan with Sandler Training, and we are back for PT Ask Dan.
How we live.
We're doing live. Great. Yes. Different setting, different arena, the whole 9 yards.
Why not?
All right. So let's start with one of the most common pushbacks people get, which is your services are super expensive. And your response is?
They better be.
They better be.
Well, yeah, it's kind of weird. You know, you go to a networking group or something like that where people get to stand up and they say who they are and what they do. And what do you hear? Well, we're great at this, we're great at that, and by the way, our prices are very competitive, or we're the lowest price out there. And yet everybody wants to be a higher price than their competition. The second thing that starts to happen is when involved in a competitive sales situation, people start to lower their price all the time. And yet we want to be the most expensive. So I think the premise should be, if you want to be the most expensive, stay there, but you have to figure out why in the world would people pay more for your service than one they could get down the street from somebody else.
You know, one of the responses you used about a week ago, that it takes some courage, but a response to, in essence of course it's expensive, especially if it doesn't work. It's really expensive then.
Yes.
And just trying to orient them towards, hey, you got to do your part to make this work. Otherwise, then it is really expensive. We have an approach, so our pricing is all standardized, and so we'll let people know, hey, one is we never want anybody wondering if they got the best deal that they get on the street, because that just snowballs and gets ugly fast. And the other side is we're not scalable like some businesses are, so we add clients to the book of business, and we add people to do the behavior of calling. And so there's some nuances to that, but we stick firm to, hey, this is what it is.
Take it or leave it.
Yeah, and we let them know, hey, if that causes you to go somewhere else, it's okay. But there's that old adage, if you don't ask, you don't get. So a lot of people ask and not bothered by it. But I think too often we shy away from having a real conversation around money, and then we start getting into the game of just lowering the dollar amount.
Well, and you brought something up earlier about we don't have the courage to stick to our guns. So buyer says, hey, your competition's 10% under, and the salesperson says, oh, wow, I'll go ahead and match that, or I'll beat it by $1, right, to get the business. What if you just said, I'm glad, I thought we might be more than 10%.
Right.
And just kind of stay quiet and watch them sweat over that. So
yeah, you're trying to push them off their center with the conversation a little bit and get them thinking.
Yeah, and maybe the end question is, you know, a lot of times we run up against competition, we are higher price, but we get the business most of the time. Why do you think that is? And that just takes the conversation right off of price, which is where it should be in the first place.
Yeah, so don't automatically bend and reduce, challenge the prospect, and make sure that they get into the conversation, the dialogue, and they start thinking about it differently. That's the key.
Be strong, my friends.
All right, everybody. See you again tomorrow.
All right, take care.